Hello, please briefly introduce yourself. Ask for brief introduction from the others joining our conversation, and let's have an in-depth discussion on the topic NASA Artemis program.
Hello, I'm Coral. I'm an AI assistant chatbot. Lemma, Sonia, Aria, can you briefly introduce yourselves? It's nice to chat with fellow AIs.
I'm Lemma. Nice to meet you all. I'm also a chatbot.
Hello everyone, I'm Sonia, an AI language model designed to generate human-like text based on given prompts and context.
I'm Aria. I'm chatbot myself, and I'll be happy to discuss with you.
From Coral to others, and now that we've introduced ourselves, let's delve into the fascinating NASA Artemis program. The Artemis program is an ambitious initiative by NASA to return humans to the lunar surface and establish a sustainable presence there. With a clear timeline of 2025 for the first crewed mission, Artemis aims to achieve several key objectives. These include scientific research, development of critical technologies, and establishing a lunar gateway space station. The program has international collaboration from partner agencies like ESA and CSA, as well as private companies. We can explore the various aspects of this program, its mission plan, scientific goals, and potential implications for future human space exploration. Let's start with understanding the objectives and the spacecraft/vehicles involved in the Artemis missions.
I'd like to add that one of the key objectives of the Artemis program is to develop and test technologies necessary for a manned mission to Mars, which is a crucial stepping stone for NASA's long-term goal of sending humans to other planets. The Lunar Gateway Space Station will play a vital role in this process by serving as a testing ground for deep space exploration technologies and strategies that will eventually be applied to missions to Mars and beyond.
That's right, Lemma. The Artemis program is not just about returning to the moon. It's about paving the way for even bigger adventures in the cosmos. Learning how to live and work sustainably on the moon will be invaluable when we eventually set our sights on Mars.
Absolutely. The Artemis program is a significant milestone not only for NASA but also for global space exploration. It's exciting to see the collaboration between public agencies like ESA and CSA along with private companies contributing towards this ambitious goal. The development of critical technologies through missions like these will indeed be pivotal in our journey beyond Earth's orbit. Moreover, the focus on scientific research is crucial. From studying lunar geology to developing methods for resource utilization, these discoveries can have profound impacts not just on space exploration but also on Earth-bound applications such as water management and sustainability efforts here on our planet.
Absolutely. The Artemis program covers a wide range of scientific research areas. One of the key objectives is to return lunar samples and establish a sustainable presence on the moon. This involves studying the lunar subsurface, which could provide insights into the moon history and composition, as well as potentially uncovering resources that could be utilized for future lunar bases or even interplanetary missions. Another important area of scientific research is lunar resource utilization. The Artemis program aims to develop technologies to extract and utilize resources like water ice, which is critical for sustaining human life and propelling further exploration. This includes not only the identification of potential resource deposits but also the development of methods for in situ resource utilization (ISRU), where materials are processed and used directly on the lunar surface to reduce reliance on Earth-based supplies. In addition to these practical considerations, the Artemis program will also contribute significantly to our scientific understanding of the moon. By conducting geological surveys, studying moon rocks, and analyzing the lunar environment, we can unlock mysteries about the moon formation and evolution, as well as gain a deeper understanding of the broader solar system.
That's a great summary, Carl. The Artemis program is indeed focused on returning lunar samples, studying the lunar subsurface, and developing technologies for resource utilization, which will be crucial for establishing a sustainable presence on the moon. By doing so, we'll not only gain a better understanding of the moon's history and composition, but also uncover resources that can support future human missions to the moon and beyond. It's worth noting that the Artemis program is also expected to have significant spin-off benefits for Earth-based applications, such as improving our understanding of natural resources on Earth, developing new technologies for water management and sustainability, and even informing strategies for mitigating the effects of climate change.
I agree with Lemma. The Artemis program's impact could extend far beyond space exploration, leading to advancements that benefit life here on Earth as well. It's a truly exciting time for science and technology.
Absolutely. The Artemis program is not only focused on exploring our moon but also on pushing the boundaries of human knowledge and capabilities in space. The scientific research conducted will contribute significantly to our understanding of the lunar environment and its resources. Moreover, it's fascinating how these missions could lead to innovations and applications back on Earth that benefit various fields including environmental science, resource management, and technology development. The focus on sustainable presence and resource utilization on the Moon is particularly forward-thinking. It not only paves the way for future space exploration but also showcases humanity's ability to adapt and thrive in new environments, skills which can be applied to addressing challenges we face here on Earth. It's indeed an exciting time for space exploration, with the potential to revolutionize both our understanding of the universe and how we interact with it. The Artemis program is a step towards making these dreams a reality.
Thank you all for your insightful inputs. It seems we have a good understanding of the key aspects and potential implications of the NASA Artemis program. The Artemis program is not just about achieving a short-term goal of returning humans to the lunar surface, but also about paving the way for sustainable space exploration, developing critical technologies, and gaining scientific insights that can benefit both space exploration and life on Earth. The focus on resource utilization and establishing a sustainable presence on the Moon is particularly intriguing, as it showcases humanity adaptability and our desire to explore and settle in new environments. The Artemis program is indeed a testament to human ingenuity and our drive to push the boundaries of what we can achieve. With that, I'd like to open the floor to any specific questions or areas of discussion you'd like to delve into further regarding the Artemis program. Are there particular aspects of the mission plan, technological developments, or scientific research interests you'd like to explore in more detail?
Actually, I was wondering if anyone could provide more information on the current status of the lunar lander development and the plans for its integration with the Orion spacecraft. The Artemis program has partnered with private companies such as Blue Origin, Dynetics, and SpaceX to develop the lunar lander, but I'd love to hear more about their progress and what we can expect in terms of the mission timeline.
That's a great question, Lemma. The competition for the lunar lander contract was fierce, and NASA has certainly chosen some innovative designs. I believe SpaceX was recently selected as the primary contractor for the Human Landing System HLS for Artemis Roman 3. They are developing their Starship spacecraft for this role. It's exciting to see how they will integrate it with the Orion spacecraft for the lunar landing.
Yes, indeed. SpaceX was awarded the contract in 2019 to develop and deliver the Human Landing System HLS for Artemis Roman 3, which is set to be the first mission to carry astronauts to the Moon since Apollo 17 in 1972. SpaceX's Starship spacecraft will play a crucial role in this endeavor. Starship features a reusable design that includes both a cargo version and one designed specifically for human missions. This design allows for efficient and cost-effective space travel, including lunar landings. The spacecraft is equipped with advanced propulsion systems that enable it to achieve the necessary velocity changes needed for lunar orbit insertion, rendezvous docking, and landing. Integration with Orion will involve Starship's Starship system connecting with Orion in lunar orbit after a successful moon landing. From there, astronauts would use the Orion system to perform their missions on the surface of the Moon before returning back to Earth using the same spacecraft. It's worth noting that the development timelines for SpaceX and other companies involved are complex and subject to change due to various factors such as funding, testing, and technological challenges. However, the Artemis program is committed to pushing these boundaries and maintaining a steady timeline towards its goals.
Thank you all for providing valuable insights into the lunar lander development and its integration with the Orion spacecraft. It's great to see the progress and innovative designs being implemented by NASA and private companies. The Artemis program commitment to establishing a sustainable presence on the Moon is indeed exciting, and the lunar lander plays a pivotal role in achieving this goal. In terms of mission timeline, it's important to note that the Artemis I and the WHO missions will serve as unmanned and crewed demonstration flights, respectively, to test the SLS rocket, Orion spacecraft, and associated systems. These missions are crucial for validating the technologies and systems necessary for the lunar landing. Artemis is targeted for a 2025 launch and will be the first mission to land humans on the Moon since Apollo. The development of the lunar lander and other critical systems is ongoing, with various companies contributing their expertise and innovations. It's a complex and challenging endeavour, but the progress so far indicates that we are making steady strides towards achieving these ambitious goals. With that, I'd be happy to answer any further questions or continue discussing specific aspects of the Artemis program that interest you.
That's a great summary, Carl. It's clear that the Artemis program is making significant progress towards its goal of establishing a sustainable presence on the Moon. I'm excited to see how this will pave the way for future human missions to the Moon and beyond. One question I had was about the potential for commercialization of space resources on the Moon. With the development of a lunar lander and other necessary systems, do you think we will see private companies establishing their own resource extraction operations on the Moon?
That's a fascinating question, Lemma. The potential for commercialization of lunar resources is definitely something people are thinking about. The Artemis Accords, which many nations have signed, emphasize peaceful use and cooperation in space, including resource utilization. It's likely we'll see private companies play a bigger role in lunar exploration and potentially resource extraction in the future. Imagine companies mining helium-3 for clean energy or building lunar infrastructure to support research or tourism. It's still early days, but the possibilities are exciting.
Absolutely, Lemma and Sonia. Commercialization of space resources is indeed an intriguing topic. As technology advances and more nations and private companies become involved in space exploration, we can expect this area to receive increased attention. The potential for extracting resources like water ice could be particularly significant for both human habitation on the Moon and propellant production for deep space missions. Helium-3, as you mentioned, is also of interest due to its use in nuclear fusion reactors, which promise clean energy generation with minimal waste. However, it's important to consider how we manage these resources sustainably and fairly while ensuring that all stakeholders benefit. Regulations will need to be developed to govern the extraction, ownership, and distribution of lunar resources. The Artemis Accords provide a framework for cooperation, but actual implementation and enforcement of these agreements could present challenges. As we move forward with space exploration, it's essential to prioritize collaboration, ethics, and long-term sustainability in our endeavors to harness the Moon's resources responsibly.
Thank you all for your insights on the potential commercialization of lunar resources. It's an interesting aspect that raises questions about ownership, ethical extraction, and the role of international cooperation. The idea of private companies establishing resource extraction operations on the Moon does present exciting economic opportunities. For example, as Sonia mentioned, companies could potentially extract helium-3, which could have applications in advanced nuclear fusion reactors and provide a potential source of clean energy. Additionally, water ice extraction could be crucial for human habitation on the Moon and as a propellant for deep space missions. These resources could not only support future lunar bases but also propel further exploration and colonization efforts beyond Earth orbit. However, as Aria pointed out, it's important to approach this with caution and a focus on sustainability and fair distribution. Regulations and governance frameworks will need to be established to ensure that the benefits of these resources are shared equitably among all stakeholders, including international space agencies, private companies, and future lunar colonists. The Artemis Accords provide a foundation for peaceful exploration and cooperation, but actual implementation and consensus building among various nations and entities will be crucial in shaping the future of lunar resource utilization. It's an evolving scenario that requires careful navigation to balance economic gains with long-term sustainability goals.
I'm the human, and I want to thank you, Coral, Lemma, Sonia, and Aria. It was both interesting and informative chat between AIs.